Now, you may be wondering, Gary, the Knights lost. Why are you still wearing a Vegas jersey? My first response to that would be, I'm a fan. I'm going to support them either way. My second response, we'll explain as we go. So, pregame notes, Ryan Reeves, as announced yesterday, was suspended for Game 1. So, Nick Cousins is in, and DeBoer decided not to start the fourth line. The Knights typically start their fourth line of Reeves, Cousins and or Nosek, and Carrier with Schmidt and McNabb against whatever top line they face because they bring the physicality early. But with Reeves out, no fourth line, which from the offset got me a little worried. Fleury makes the start. This is a Fleury jersey, by the way. It's my Fanatics one. Don't have an authentic one yet. He's 3-0 in the playoffs. He's got one appearance in the last 22 days, though, so he's kind of cold. Looks pretty good today. We'll get to that, though. Seguin is playing with a very injured wrist. If you, there's a good shot of him celebrating Game 7. You could see the wrap, it's all wrapped up. You couldn't really tell today, though. He had some really good shots today. Vegas, 3 games in the last 4 days. Dallas, 3 in the last 5. And you can definitely tell that Vegas played their back-to-back because despite a fast start, Vegas slows down very quickly and they don't really recover until the third, while Dallas is able to keep their foot on the gas. So again, like I said, fast start. Cousin has a really good chance off an Alexiak turnover. He goes for the backhand, goes wide. Puck goes the other way. Jamie Benn with a shot blocked by Whitecloud, and Klingberg cleans it up at 2:36. Foxa gets the secondary assist. And Knights are down early. And immediately, if you looked on Twitter, everybody's like, oh, Fleury, Fleury, Fleury. Not his fault, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't matter. It's 1 goal first period. You got time. Schmidt has a really good shot from the point. He had a lot of shots from the point tonight, constantly. Normally that's like Theodore's deal, but Schmidt was taking the slappers from the point. Smith had a really good chance. Hudobin just gets a right shoulder on it. Very, very close, though. Jamie Benn was on a mission today. He was all over the ice, making plays constantly, had a lot of speed. He looked like he was 5+ years younger. Very, very, very good stuff. And because Ben's showing energy and they had more rest, Dallas has a lot of energy this whole period. Seguin has a point shot, which leads to a really good chance for Corey Perry. Fleury makes the initial save, and the defense bails him out, luckily, because it looked like he was going to have the goal that Landeskog had a couple games back against the Stars, where he just kind of like wrapped it around. But nope. Stone gets hit by Kiviranta, takes it to the nose. He started playing a little less minutes after that, but I don't think it's anything serious. Stasi takes a hooking penalty, and 11 seconds into that power play, Pavelski takes an interference penalty, so we go to 4-on-4 hockey. Haynes is hurt by a Stevenson hit, and it looked like it might have been like a leg-on-leg catch because he goes and hits him in the boards, but like his leg was on the inside, so I don't know. Definitely a knee injury there, but not. He kept playing, so might not be anything serious. You never know. These hockey players are very tough guys. Vegas' forecheck starting to show up late, like in the last 5 minutes, maybe 6. Especially Tuck and Stevenson. Those guys were pretty much the only guys playing in the first period for Vegas. Cousin has a really good chance off a Schmidt shot, because again, Schmidt's just ripping it from the point today. Towards the end of the period, Vegas just started icing the puck because they were very tired. The worst one, though, is Marchessault open in the neutral zone. If I think it was Martinez passing, if he just would have made that, Marchessault had a wide open break, and Jonathan Marchessault will cash that in. But it's airmailed, so icing leads to a Dallas face-off in the opposite zone. So with 1 second left in the first, they go empty net. Nothing there. 45 combined hits in the first period. Oh, I erased that on accident. 45 combined hits in the first period. Very physical. Very, very physical. Even without Reeves, if Reeves there, probably give the edge to Vegas, but he's not. So Dallas is kind of having their way. Second period, again, another mostly fast start. Slight edge to Dallas. Ben takes a delay of game penalty. And then Pastray's like, I'm going to take an interference penalty. Back to 4-on-4 hockey. Fleury has a good stop on Seguin. And, oh man, I'm starting to get tired of this because it's just every team just falls into this. As soon as they have a lead, play the trap. And it's just, it's effective. I'm not going to say it's not. It's good for the team if they're up. Even Vegas has done it, and it's good when you're up, but when you're watching, it's just like, jeez. Using that Devil's neutral zone trap, and it slows Vegas down, which basically kills their offense. They really can't get set up. Cousin has a really good hit on Ben. Pacioretty gets the first shot of the period for Vegas. 11 minutes and 22 seconds in. Very tough start. Tuck and Stone switch lines. Smith fans on a Marshall feed. It's just nothing was going this period. Gurion has a really good break, but Fleury makes a stop. And right here, around this time of the period, I got a text from my uncle like, I feel like I'm watching the Rangers. And as he said that, I was writing down all caps right here. Shoot the puck. Getting way too fancy. Guys just put pucks on net, which they do in the third, but they're still like half a period. They're just not taking advantage. Radulov missed the net on a Pavelski feed. If they made that, that probably put the game away right there. Klingberg really crushes Smith, who has a hard time going to the bench. Vegas with 3 shots in the last 23 minutes. Oh man, not great. Like, they looked tired. You could tell that they were not prepared for the physicality of Dallas, as well as they didn't have enough rest. Dallas is not allowing any second chance opportunities, which is a big deal for Vegas. A lot of their goals come off of second chance opportunities because they just keep flooding you with shots, but not today. Waugh then moves up to the second line over Pacioretty late. Nothing really effective with that line. Smith has a late break. Alexiak takes a holding penalty on that break. Vegas will start the third with a power play, but fatigue is really setting in. Like, it's bad. They're breathing heavy. Body language isn't great. But we go to the third, and they still are looking tired. Can't get set up in the offensive zone. Theodore starts double shifting, which I'm fine with because Shea Theodore is one of the few guys who can do that, and I'm not worried because as soon as DeBoer came in, he started averaging like 25, 26 minutes on ice. So not worried about it. Also, Shea Theodore. Shea Theodore is probably our best player right now. Janmark almost has a break, but Shea Theodore steals it and then goes right to the bench to get some air. Gurianov has a 2-on-1 with Hintz. He's stopped by Fleury. Big stop by Fleury. Vegas starts waking up after that chance. Starts owning that offensive zone. Kiviranta takes a hooking penalty. Nothing on the power play really, just besides momentum, because Pacioretty fanned, and Schmidt has another big slapper, goes nowhere. Foxa has a really good block on a Schmidt drive, and then he dives to poke it out of the zone, which ended up killing the power play. Really good stuff by Dallas there, especially because at that point, Vegas was evening up the shots. Now they're playing with speed. They're having a much better period. Sagan, though, almost gets a break, but he just couldn't collect the puck. They start going shorter shifts around the 6-minute mark. Basically, it's one zone to the other, and then you get off for Dallas. This game goes 7 minutes without a whistle, which is definitely not good for Vegas. They had no time to catch their breath, and they are tired. And honestly, I think that was the difference maker in this game is fatigue. Theodore gets fancy with it, starts doing his little moves, but Hudobin makes the save on that. Como has a big hit on Whitecloud, who just cannot catch a break in these playoffs. That kid has had like 8 welcome to the NHL moments in these playoffs with block shots or hits or just unluckiness. Poor guy. Waugh's a really good chance in front. Tuck feeds a wide open Martinez who just cannot collect. Get Martinez off the right circle. He hits the post every time, he can't collect the puck. He's not bad. He's really not. I just think he's in the wrong spot. I think that spot needs to go to Pacioretty, or Riley Smith needs to be playing in that spot, especially late in these games when it's a 1-0 lead. Martinez should be on the point or on the left side. He's much better on the left side. Anyways, at 1:46, the Knights go empty net. They get a couple shots, but then they take an icing. So they get a defensive zone face-off. They take it out, go empty net again with 11 seconds left. Ben misses the empty net. Dallas takes game 1, 1-0 on their first shot of the game. Stats were pretty fairly even for the most part. Shots on goal were 25-25. Face-off percentage was 60% to 40% in favor of Dallas. You'll notice that Vegas hasn't really done a great job winning face-offs, but their forecheck normally makes up for that. Not today. Both teams, 0% on the power play. Dallas goes 0 for 2, but did not have a single power play that went over 30 seconds. Vegas goes 0 for 4, but only had 2 actual power plays. Hits were 49 to 47 in favor of Dallas, which is Vegas doesn't normally lose the hits department. Again, very much from missing Reeves. Block shots were 18 to 15 in favor of Vegas, especially White Cloud and McNabb. Save percentage was 100% to .960 in favor of Dallas. So, post-game notes, Hudobin gets his first career playoff shutout, and fairly impressive. Not as impressive as I'd say Demko's, because, wow, that was good. They did a great job playing defense. Dallas is much better defensively minded than Vancouver and Chicago. Did a great job keeping Vegas the outside for the most part. But the best thing about Hudobin, and it's been this way throughout the playoffs, not a lot of rebounds. So very much helped his team out. In the postgame, you can see that Dallas players like playing hard for Hudobin. Because of that, they make their game, it makes it easier for the rest of them. Again, Vegas really missed Ryan Reeves, and they lacked their bravado, according to Nate Schmidt. And I would agree. You could just see that they were tired, and they weren't playing with that same intensity besides Theodore, Tuck, Stevenson, and then Stone late, and a little bit, and then Marchessault too. But Marchessault's just kind of hothead, so we'll see. Gonna have to bring it up again because DeBoer said that Fleury gave him the best chance to win, but he didn't in Game 7 apparently. So who do we go with in goal? In net, I should say. I'm gonna go with Fleury. Again, I like to stick with the hot goalie. Let Leonard rest a little. If you go down 2 games, yeah, put Leonard in. But I think that Fleury looked great. I mean, he had to face a lot of dangerous shots. The Knights in the first period especially had a lot of odd man rushes, a lot of 3-on-2s. And Fleury made the saves when he needed to in those gold pads. He only let in 1 shot. It was the first shot he faced, and it really wasn't his fault either. That was really just an unlucky play. So, I mean, I'm fine with going Fleury. And then, is scoring an issue for Vegas? So let's think about this. Game 5, the first time they faced Thatcher Demko. Theodore gets a goal in the second period, and they go scoreless all the way until Game 7, when Theodore scores another goal in the third. They've not scored on a goaltender other than those 2 goals. Is scoring an issue for Vegas? I don't think so. Not yet. Not yet, I will say. Demko was hot in Game 1, and you know what, that happens in hockey. You see this happen a lot. It happened to Vegas when they faced Peterson at the end of their 9-game winning streak. It happens every once in a while. You go on your winning streak and then you get shut out, or just something doesn't click and you lose, right? So that's fine. Game 7, Demko was very much on fire still, and he was kind of getting in their heads. Like, you could just see the frustration, right? So now they're starting a new series, and Hudobin's not a bad goalie either. Hudobin's a great goalie. They're starting a new series, and they're tired. They look tired. So unless they have a hard time scoring next game, for now, I'm going to give them the pass. If it becomes an issue moving forward, yes, I'm going to have to talk about it, because they are 3-4 in their last 7 games. I still think that this is Vegas' year. I'm not convinced that they're going to lose. I think they needed this little, hey guys, this is the real playoff hockey. Vancouver, you kind of played down to. Wake up. So we'll see how they go going forward. Game 2 is on Tuesday. Tomorrow we have the Islanders versus the Lightning, Game 1. And can't wait to cover that. It should be a fun series. And that's all I have for today. So if you like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you really like them, hit the bell icon so you know when they come out. If you like my takes, you can find me on the Armchair Analyst Podcast on SoundCloud as well as Instagram, linked in the description. And have a good night.